Hello guys, welcome back once again. So in the last video tutorial, we were able to we continue the sign up page, okay, where we I think where is it it's supposed to be here when we try to proceed to check out where we have the sign up page here, okay. So we worked on this and then we were able to show some progress indicator trying to show that they're signing up and all that, okay. So what we are going to do here is we now I said because we have to move this to the to be the front page, okay, so that we force the user to either sign up or sign in before using the application. So I want us to move this code to be the front page instead of the main screen, okay. So instead of using home here, I'm going to use the routes, okay, here. And then the routes also accept a map, okay, where we can pass in the key and then the value to be the page that we want to assign to that particular key route, okay, or the route key, whatever you call it. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. We are going to build, I mean build contest here. I'm sorry, I don't even remember this, but I think it's supposed to be something like this. Okay, and then I think material page route. I don't think it's supposed to be. Let me just go ahead with something like this and see something. Oh, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be just something like this, yeah, not material page route. So when you build a route, you have to accept the build context and then you can return the page that you want to build. So for example, main screen like this. So this one stands for the slash here stands for is the same as the home, okay. So writing this code here, okay, is the same as writing something like this home, okay, because the slash will point to the home screen. Or you can choose to either ignore this, okay, and then use the arrow function here, and then you can go ahead with the main screen, something like this, and then we can remove this code here, okay. So the difference between using the curly bracket and this is that you see let me just go back and show you something again. When you do something like this, okay, because we only have one statement here or one return statement here, there's no need to use this curly bracket because there's only one statement inside our block, okay. I mean our block. So we can just use an arrow function on it instead of going ahead with this long thing. So this is okay. And then what are we going to do? Let me just take this one here. So instead of starting the app and then going to the this page, okay, I'm just going to go into the sign in, okay, sign in page. Okay, so that will be our first page that we see. And let's now remove these codes here. Okay, for now, this is what we are going to do. And then let me, where were we even seeing the thing? Okay, let's forget about it. Let's now go back. Click on the back here. Yep, because we've changed the route, so now we are getting an error. So now let's review the whole thing again. So the page that we are supposed to see is the sign-in page as the first page. Okay. Okay. So this is the first page that we see. Let me go into the sign-in page and then let's let's rub the scaffold with a safe area so that we take this thing off. Um, Safe area. Okay. Then save. Get this thing correct, okay. So that's okay. So I think we are not done with the sign up, okay. There are things that we have to do with the sign up, but then I want us to continue with what the sign in, okay. We have to sign in and all that. But then okay, let's just go ahead with the sign in, okay. We'll come back and do something. So when we look at this, we are still using this documentation, so we can go into the sign in with email or password, okay. Sign in with email or password, and you can see that we are using the same key here um not not the same key, the a similar endpoint here, but you can see the difference here is this sign in with password, and then you can see the difference here is what sign up. Okay, but in that same sense too, we are supposed to pass in what the API key. You get my point. We are supposed to pass in the API key. So when we check here, let me check here. We have this authenticate method here, okay, which accepting the email and then the password. In a sense, we can also, because the sign in will also accept the email and the password, then we can still use this same authenticate method. That's why they didn't name this as a sign in, as a sign up, okay, so that we don't have to waste our time creating another method for the sign in. So we can use this same method. Let me just expand this for the time being, okay, and then close this. So we can use this same method, but then how do we do that? If we want to, let me see something. Okay, so if we want to do this, then how are we going to do it? Then we have to find a way to, let's say, tell this method that, oh, this time we want to sign up and this time we want to sign in. So let's just create, I think I have it here, let's say data, but data, I'm not going to use this. Let's delete it because we're not using data. Okay, let's just delete this. So what I'm going to do here is to create a new folder called, let's say, enums. Okay, so this is for enumeration, and we will create a new file called off mode. Okay, to tell us the off mode that we are in, and then we can go ahead and go enum off mode, and then we can specify the type, let's say login, and then we can also specify, is it login? Yeah, I think login, and then sign up. So with this enumeration, okay, we can just assign and we can just add in the values that we want, and then the simple state that we have, okay, is the login and then the sign up. So the enumeration, how do I even explain the enumeration to you? It's like you can specify different state that you want, okay, and then you can use them as if you are using a boolean variable. So in the simple sense, that's this way. So it's either a login or a sign up, okay. So now let me check. We have an error here because I deleted the categories data. Oh, why did I even delete this thing? I didn't even know that it was connected to it. But anyway, I can still restore it from the recycle bin for now. Let me just go ahead and restore it quickly. Let me just, because this thing will just mess up the code. Restore. I'm sorry about that. I'll just have to. Yep. Okay, so now the error is gone. So thank God. And let's get back here. Okay, so we have this enumeration. So this will tell us whether we want to sign in or we want to, let me just do it sign in and then sign up. Okay, sign in. Okay, so this is okay, or this is perfect for the time being, and we save it. So now let's go into the, let me see. Okay, so in the user model here, we want to accept the off mode state. Okay, so we want to also accept off mode here, and we want to make let's say auth mode here, but then we want to give it a default value, is it auth mode dot sign up or something else. Let me just make it sign in. Okay, so let me see why I'm getting an error here. Named parameter must be enclosed. Yep. So we have to, because it's a name parameter, we have to put it in a curly bracket. So that, yeah, so what we are doing is that we are creating this off mode here. We want to accept it as an argument, okay, so that we know whether we are signing in or we are signing up. Okay, so when we do this, we are saying, okay, we are trying to sign in as a default, but if you pass in any other thing, then it means we want to what, sign up. Okay, so when we come here, we know that this particular what is it, this particular function here is working for what, a sign up, right? So one trick we can do is we will can check here and say if off mode here equals off mode dot sign up, okay, or let's say off mode dot sign up. If this is equal to sign up, then you want to perform this http request instead. Okay, put this code here. Else, then we want to perform the other one. Else we can go ahead and do something like else if off mode equals off mode dot sign in. You can just go ahead and do the else, but you can also try to check it this way. And then let's play the same code here, but then we know that we are going to change this. Okay, so let's go ahead and then copy this for the sign in with here. So I'm going to copy up to this side, okay, because we know that the API key is still the same. So I will just try and put it right here. Then put it here. So this is for the sign in with the password. So if it is sign in, then we are going to do this. Okay. So let's do this. So one thing is that we see we are getting an error in our response. So we can make this one a global variable or a global local variable inside our method here. And now we can do this and now assign the response here. Okay, and also get a response here. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to do here. So now this becomes global to this two different sign up here. Okay, I mean authentication here. So one is for sign up, one is for what, sign in. Okay, let me try and then space distance and then for you to see what is actually happening here. Okay, I'm coming. Let me see something. I'm uploading the video and I want to see the. Okay, it is done uploading anyway. So we have this. Okay, we have this. Okay, so quickly sign up. Okay, and then sign in. So the values that we pass in are the same. We pass in an email and then a password and also the return secure token for either a sign up or a sign in. So we don't change anything there. So now when we come here, let me just remove this code. It doesn't make any sense now. So now we still get a response body whether we are signing up or we are signing in. So when we are signing up, then what do we want to do? When we are signing in, okay, we still want to create um an authenticated user. That's all right. And if we're signing into, we also want to create an authenticated user. So in the same sense, this also remain okay. But this message is not supposed to be the same. It's supposed to say sign in successfully when we are signing in, and then sign up successfully when we are signing up. Okay. So you have to find a way to change this. And then we also have to, let me show you something here quick. Okay, so when we come here, um you will see something I think here's the sign in, right? So this sign in, you can see that we pass in the same values as signing up. Okay, and then we do the same thing, we also get a similar response. Okay, but then we also get a display name which returns nothing anyways, but we still get the ID token, we still get it local, we get the same thing. and I think registered to be true, whatever, I don't know that one. But we get similar response as to what we had before when we are signing up. Okay. So we can keep that, okay. But then we have to change the message here. And then we also have to make sure we check the errors when something goes wrong. Okay. So let me see if this okay. So I want to check if off mode, okay, off mode is off mode dot sign up, okay. Then I can just say sign up successfully. Okay, I hope you are getting what I'm doing here. Then we can say sign up successfully here. Else we can, then we know that it is what, it is rather a sign in, something like that, sign in successfully. Okay, then we can come into okay, but then there's one thing here. Um, mm, okay, let's just assume the person is still a customer. We will change it later. Okay, so we have this sign in and then sign up successfully. That is also working. And then we come here, but then we also want to check when a user is signing in, there are possible errors that can happen. Maybe the email cannot be found or something, or maybe the user has been deactivated or not. So let's see the response, I mean, error that we get. So common errors that we get when we are trying to sign in is email not found, invalid password, and then user disabled. So we have to check for that one. So here we check if the email exists. Okay. So let's check else if the response body, okay, and then the error that we get, okay, and the message is equal to what are the error codes? Email not found, okay. Then we can go ahead and say email not found, okay. Then we can say it has an error, has error, okay. So we can go ahead and say has error to true here, and then we can pass in a message and say email email or password does not exist, okay. So we can go ahead and tell the user that the email or password does not exist. This is saying email not found. We can just simply say email does not exist, but we don't want to let the user know, the person, whether it is an email or the password that is incorrect. Okay, so we just want to confuse the user saying, oh, email or password does not exist, so that the person doesn't get a clue of which one is not actually working. Okay, so we can choose to just say email does not exist, but mostly I do something like this just to confuse the user. This is because it can prevent hackers, okay, in terms like they try to figure out, oh, which one is actually not working, which one is not correct. Because if you tell the user that, okay, is the email that does not exist, the user will be like, okay, maybe the email is wrong. Okay. Anyway, you can just do it in a way that you want. I don't know. But let's check another one. So else if the response body, okay, and then the error that we receive here, and then the message, okay, equals let's check the other error code, invalid password. You see, so invalid password here, okay. Then we can tell the user has error. There is something that I'm doing repeatedly here, which doesn't make sense. We will change it, okay. And then we can just say password is incorrect. any message that you want to give it, password is incorrect. Okay, so the reason why I mostly do email password is incorrect here, or this and email password is incorrect here, to just try and then confuse the user anyway. So you can choose what you want to do. But then I said I was doing something repeatedly here. We know that when we come into the S block here, then that means something went wrong. That means an error has occurred. Okay, so we can just take this one out here and then paste it here into here. Okay, so that it becomes global to all the other statement, and then we can just ignore this whole nonsense here. We don't have to repeat ourselves. Okay, so now we save it. I hope you let me just take them out instead of commenting them. Um yep, yep, yep. Just take your time and then watch the videos. Okay. So now we have something like this. And I think it's okay for now. Okay. So this we put in the a message, that's okay. Sign in successfully, sign up successfully. We have this. Okay. So now let's go into the sign in page. Now when we come into the sign in page, okay. The same thing. We didn't do the same thing. Okay, let's quickly do it. So let's create some variables here to just string um password sorry, and then string email. The same thing. Why didn't I do this thing long time ago? So here is the email username. Let's just make it email. Just forget about. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So now we can then go ahead and do this on save. Okay. So when I think I've done this, so you just watch. So I explained this when I was trying to do I mean the how do we call it, the sign up. So just watch as I do. If you want to understand, just go and watch the other the sign up video. I explained what I'm doing here now. So string email, and then if email dot contains, and then out, and then you can just go ahead, okay, and then do up. I think something happened. I don't know why, but I think yep. Oh, okay. There's supposed to be one curly bracket here, okay, and then we have to create a string error message here. I'm not trying to explain this, but then I think you already know what is happening. So invalid email. Okay, then we can now return message. Okay, so we are going to do similar for the password. Say unsaved. Okay, and then we can now perform password, and then we take in the um password. So I said you can trim the password to remove extra spaces from the left and the right. Okay, so we can trim, but then normally password are not supposed to be trimmed. Don't do that. Don't do that for password. You can do that for emails. Let me just do that for email. But password, because someone can choose to put a space after his password, so you don't have to trim that for the person. Okay, and then we have this. Okay, so now we have to create a similar thing here. Let's say void on submit. Okay, method for submitting our form here, and then we also have to wrap this column with a form widget so that we can get access to the test field values, and then we have to create a global. I've done this, so don't worry, just watch it. If you want to understand, you just have to watch the sign up video. Okay, I guess I'm just tired of talking at the moment. Global key. Okay. And then we can assign the key to this side. Okay. So okay, I'm just tired. Okay, we just put the key here. And then let's extract the code for the sign up button. So this is sorry, not the sign up button, the sign in button. So this is the button. I think I'm crazy here because let me anyway build sign up sign in button. Okay, build sign in button, and then we extract the code and then put it as a widget here. The reason why I think I'm crazy is because I have a code, a widget for this, and I don't know why I didn't use that same button for the sign up. So let's just wrap this with a gesture detector here. Okay, and then we can put in the chat and then put this code there. Okay, so now on top, we can now call this method on submit. Okay, so when this is clicked, when the button is clicked, the sign in button is clicked, we can now call this method. Okay, so when this method is called, we want to check for the validation on the email and then the password. I've done this in the sign up, so that's why I'm not actually trying to explain the thing very well because it's already in the sign up video. So we can go ahead with if form key dot current state dot validate. Okay, then we want to save. So form key dot current state dot save. Okay, let me save the values there. Okay, so for now we can just go ahead and print the values and see. So the password, and then we can say password and email to email. Okay, and then let's save, and then now I think I have a problem here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm coming. Yep. Okay. So now we come here and then we come and check. Let me clear this whole thing and then put some values here. Let's say someone, sorry, someone at gmail.com, and then we can now put password of someone here. Let's check and then let's click here. So we get the someone here as the password and then someone at gmail.com here. So we are receiving the values. Okay, so now we now have to make sure that we surround this gesture detector with the scope model, and then we pass in the model and then we can get access to the authenticate method. Okay, so I'll also go ahead and do similar stuff here. So scope model, descendant here, then go ahead with the sorry, builder, and then we can build contest. So let me just do it sctx for scope model contest, and then we have to return the widget and then main model and then model. Okay, sorry, model, and then we can do this and then return the code that we cut from there. So now let's import this main model here. Okay, we've done this in the sign up. Okay, so similar functionalities that we are doing here, and now we can go ahead with model dot authenticate. Okay, so we are now using the authenticate method here. We are passing it here, so we have to accept it as a function here. Function authenticate. So now, how do we know that we are signing in? Okay, so if we are signing in, then we want to now go ahead and do something like let's say, okay, what happened? just go ahead. Okay, so now what we can do is we can, after making sure that the authentication method has been passed here, we can now go ahead and call authenticate. Okay, and then we pass in the email and password, right? What are we the email and password first? I think email first, and then password. Okay, so with this one, then we can wait, call the then method on it, and we can now check for the response. So final response, yeah. Please, if you don't understand what I'm doing here, you can check the video because we've done this in the sign up, similar thing there. And then we can now check final response has error. If it doesn't have any error, I don't know how this thing keeps on behaving this way. If it doesn't have any error, then we can choose to do something here. So print the response, okay, message, okay. And then we can also else we can also sorry, we can also go ahead and print um response, and then we can go ahead print the response message here for now. So this is what we have here for now. Okay, so this is what we get, okay, or we have at the moment. So now let's try and then clear the debug console and then try to sign in and see what we get. So let's click on this and see. Sign in successfully. So that means it worked. So let's give it a wrong password, okay, and then try to sign in again. Password is incorrect. Okay, so that means our sign in is actually working. So now when we sign in, what do we want to do? So when we send, we don't want to just print the message, okay? We want to, I mean, navigate to another page. So when this is successful, we want to say navigator dot of contest dot pushed. Let me say named, okay, and let me say main screen or something like that. Mhm. Okay, save it, and then let's go into our app here. Okay, and then add this main screen here. Main screen. Okay, I hope you are getting me. Add the route for this, and then we can go ahead and do main screen here. Okay, I think everything is coming into play, and then we get something like this. We save this, we can now go into the sign, and this will work. So when we sign in successfully, it will take us to that page. So let's click on it. We don't go to that page, okay, but before we try to navigate to this page, I want to show the loading progress bar. I mean the progress bar before we navigate to that page. Okay, so when on top, we call this method so we can show loading progress indicator. This is something that we've created. This is a widget that we've created here. I think this is it, and we are reusing it here, so we can and then show it here. Signing in, something like that. Just a simple message, and then as we do this, okay, we try to let's try and see it. Click again and see what happens. It's not showing. Let me save. Sorry, I didn't save the code. So let's click on it again and see. So it's trying to sign in. So when it is done, let me just go back. Yep. Okay. So when we go back, we have to make sure that we have to navigate. I mean, whether it is whether it was successful or not successful, we have to pop that thing out. So navigator dot of contents dot pop to just remove that loading progress bar. I mean indicator there, and then we also have to do the same thing here. Dot pop. Okay. So let's see it again. Save here. And then now let's sign in again. It'll pop. So that means an error, okay, but then let's just use how do we call it? The snack bar. Okay, so let me just go ahead and then create a global key for the skillful widget here so that we can just use that one. I'll just copy this code, paste the code here, and then use skillful state, skillful states here. What is happening? Okay, and then we don't want it to be named as form key, but rather skillful state or skillful key here. And then we can assign that key to the skillful widget here. Okay, key here, and then we can say skillful key here. And when we do that, we can use the key and then show a snack bar here. So when an error occur, because we are not able to navigate to that the next screen or the main screen, we can now go ahead and show the skillful key and then current state that shows snack bar here, and then we can create a snack bar widget inside here. Just snack bar here, and then we can put the content there and then put the text that we want to show, and then we want to show the message to the person. Okay, so we can go ahead and then put the message a response. Okay, and then put message there. Okay, we can also set the duration on the snack bar. So duration, mostly I set it into 2 seconds so that it doesn't contain, and because it doesn't delay, and because this is an error, we can also choose the background color here to be red. Okay, red, so that it looks like an error. So let's do it and then let's try to do it again. Let's see what happens. And then say password is incorrect. You see, so password is incorrect. Let's try to make the password correct. We know that it's someone, and then let's try to use, use an email that does not exist. Okay, let's see. Email does not exist. You should know that this is actually coming from here. Um, this is coming from this error messages here. Okay, you can see we return it. If you don't understand this, okay, this sign in process, you have to please watch um the sign up. Okay, when we are doing the sign up. Okay, so let's go into the sign in page again. So for now this is working, and then if it is successful, we have to navigate to the, I mean, to the main screen, but we can't just push named. The reason is, let me just show you something. Let me just go ahead and do someone at gmail.com. This one is correct. So definitely it will take us to the main screen. So let's see. Let's see. Let me click on it. Okay, the app crashed, which I don't know why. So I think because of the route. So sorry, I don't know why I clicked on that. Okay, so let's run the app again. Quick. Anyway, I think the reason why it crashed was because I don't know. Let me see main screen. I don't know if I'm just doing the same thing. Main screen. Let's go into the sign in. The app is running again, so let's just do something. Main screen is still the same as main screen. Push named, and yep. It's still the same. Navigator dot of context push named. Yeah, that makes sense. So we can see that this thing is working, but I don't know why moving to or navigating to that screen didn't work. I don't know, but it is running again. Maybe we have to refresh the application screen. All right. Anyway, it will work. So let's see. I don't know how to just skip the video because, but we can go ahead and do something. So we can see this is working perfectly for us the way we want it to work. Okay. Um. So, oh, okay. Okay, let me check in the sign in page. Sign in page. Now there's one particular problem that we have. Okay. But that's not the cause of the screen. You see, we have the authentication, the authenticate method here. And we know that the authenticate method, our app is now running. The authenticate method, we have to specify the auth mode. Okay. So this is what a sign in. Okay. And we don't have to pass in a sign in like any auth mode when we are signing in, because the default is what? The default is sign. Okay, the default was the default is sign in. So that makes sense. So it will definitely come here. So that's okay. So that makes sense. So that isn't the error. So let's try and then sign in again and see if that will occur. I hope it doesn't occur because I don't see anything wrong with the code here. And then let's sign in again. Okay, now it works. So it takes out this page. So I think the necessary thing was to just reload the app. So I think the sign in is now working. We were able to navigate to the page. But then I was saying that there's something that will occur. You see now we have navigated to this page, but if I click on the back, let's see what happens. It takes me to the sign in page again. We don't want that thing to happen. Okay. So we have to push replacement name. So push replacement name. So when we do this, okay, we want to replace this whole sign in with the main screen so that we can't even come back here. So let's save and then sign in again. Sign in, and then it works. Okay, so now if I try to go back, let's see what happens. The app closes. So that's what we want. Let me look for the app. Where's the app? Let me just click here and then come here. So now it's showing black anyway because yep. Let me just reload that thing again. So that's basically how we sign in. The sign in functionality will work. Okay, you add some security measures later. So I think now we replace the screen. That's okay, but then we have to fix the um. Let's go into the sign up. Okay, we have to fix the sign up page. Okay, because we've now added another thing here. We say off mode or sign up sign in here as the default. So we have to pass in the auth mode or sign up when we are signing up. So when we go to the sign up page, you know that when we call this method, we are actually going to sign up. So we have to come here and then say auth mode dot sign up. Auth mode dot. Okay, I think it's now imported auth mode. Yep, dot sign up. Yeah. So that this will know that okay, you're trying to sign up here. So let's see another at gmail.com. Oh, this is the username. Sorry. So another, and then we can put this one here, another at gmail.com here, and then we can come here and then enter another as the password. Okay, and then we can sign up. Let's see what happens. Okay, signing up, signing up, signing up, signing up. I don't know why this thing is still loading anyway. So, oh, okay. I removed the code from here. So let's just fix this and then we can know what to do next. But then I think this worked. So let's check from here. Let's see. Let's refresh this page and see. It worked. Okay, the code worked. Another. Let me see. Another. It actually didn't work. Anyway, so let's just write our code here. So if it doesn't have any error, then we are going to navigate to the main screen. Okay, so let me just copy the code. I don't want to write this code again. If it doesn't have any error, sign in page, sign in page. If it doesn't have any error, then we want to navigate to that page. Okay, let me just put that page, that code there. Else, if there's an error, then we can also, show an error with the message. Okay, so let me save this, and you don't have. Let's quickly create the skillful key. Let me just copy the code from here, the code for the skillful key here, and then put it here somewhere here, yep, below this. Put it here, and then we can now give the key to the skillful widget here. So key, and then I can put a skillful key here. And then let's see if we get an error. Okay, so let's now sign up again. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's still signing in, which doesn't make sense at all. So that means there's a problem. This thing is returning something that I don't know. Okay, it's saying something like closure call mismatch arguments. Oh, okay, user model dot authenticate. What is the mismatch argument? We are passing an email. We are passing a pass. We are passing in a password. We are also passing in a sign up. Okay, sorry. I think because we made it a named argument. Okay, sorry. Let me check something. I made it a named argument. Okay, but this thing shouldn't make. So I think because I made it a named argument, okay, yeah. So you're supposed to pass in the off mode there. So that's why. So that's what the error was trying to tell us. Okay, mismatched argument. So that means the argument how we were trying to pass in was wrong. So off mode because it's a named argument. Okay, let me just go back again and refresh, and then sign up again, and boom, it was successful. And let's see if you can see it here. And we have it here, another at gmail.com, and that is working perfectly. And then when we try to go back, the app will close because now we place the whole thing. We don't I mean show it that way. So I think that's it for this sign-in tutorial. Okay, we will continue this video tutorial. I'm uploading all the three videos today. This evening or this dawn, whatever. So guys, thank you for watching the video. If you like, share the video with your friends, and then subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next video tutorial. Bye bye.